The town of Mount Albert, or more accurately, village as it would have been during wartime, is still a small community even now. From personal experience, living in a small town means that each individual knows practically everyone around them. This would have also been the case during both World War I and World War II. Mount Albert has had several citizens serve in the World Wars, and as such, the town's history has become connected to the atrocities that occurred overseas. Inevitably, some citizens did not return home. In World War I, the town lost and memorialized Arthur A. Case, Ernest Cousins, Oscar D. Irwin, Andrew Knowles, and Lyle A. Stokes. And during World War II, both Jack V. Wilby and Donald B. Stewart were declared missing in action. These veterans were honored by the community through memorial plaques that are placed on Memorial Gate at the entrance to the Mount Albert Community Center and Park. The area began as just a park but slowly developed into the communal area it is today. This is with much thanks to the Mount Albert Women's Institution, who orchestrated the project and built Memorial Gate. The two plaques at the entrance hold a lot of significance to the town. They commemorate all those lost during the World Wars, while acknowledging the great toll they had on the town. Although in the grand scheme of the World Wars, these lives may seem insignificant, to a small town with a close-knit community that is not the case. The impact extends beyond just the individual who did not return home. Everyone in the town mourns their loss. This is particularly the case with the Second World War plaque. What differentiates this one from the first is the fact that it lists citizens of Mount Albert who went missing during World War II. Mount Albert may call itself lucky in some regards as to not have lost more valued community members or suffered confirmed deaths during history's highest casualty war. However, the sentence of missing in action brings its own struggles and challenges. The news that a loved one was killed in action is not an easy thing to hear. The grief it causes is immediate and harsh. However, the classification missing in action, while may appear taming, is almost more cruel in its punishment. It does not affect those impacted immediately in the same way. Rather, it tortures them for an extended period of time, forbidding its victims from moving on by giving them the smallest bit of hope. Ultimately, as Mount Albert is such a small community, in World War II, the entire town suffered this torture when both Jack V. Wilby and Donald B. Stewart were declared missing in action. At this point in time, over 100 years after World War I ended, and almost 80 years after World War II ended, anyone who personally knew them is likely to be gone, and the hope that they would return with them. Missing persons memorials from either World War have now become graves in a sense, where they serve as a memorial honoring those who died just like any else. The current generation now reaching adulthood in Canada do not understand the weight of these memorials for either missing or killed military members in World War I and World War II. They have not experienced war firsthand, and as such are unable to comprehend the absolute need to prevent it, or understand it only in a theoretical way. When no one remembers it, we are almost doomed to repeat our past, and as such it is important to reflect on these memorials no matter how far we are removed.